Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 1 of how to break bad habits regarding crosshair placement. I recorded a video. It was maybe a little more about positioning, so it's now part number 2. It'll be linked down in the bottom somewhere. This is part number 1. We're going to go over the very basics of crosshair placement, and you know, even the more experienced players can take something from this. Not necessarily like a professional level player or anything like that, but the fact is I make this mistake constantly, and this is the reason I'm making this particular video, is the fact that I need help with it, and I make videos on things that I need help with, and something that I know how to fix. I know a lot about CS when it comes to individual play, I guess, as compared to some of the newer guys coming into the scene. So, what I want to do is cover things that I know I can fix for myself and take some of you guys along for the journey. So, real quick, basically crosshair placement means exactly what it sounds like. You can kind of see my crosshair here. It's very small, but just where it's placed is exactly what it is. Now, in the second video, I'll cover exactly what that is, because really your crosshair placement is dependent upon where you're positioned, right? So it's not always about you need to be on the corner right here. If I know there's someone at the edge of long opping, I don't want to peek like this. In CSGO, you actually want to be peeking like this, like somewhere. You know, you don't want to be trying to follow corners if you know for a fact there's one left and he's down there. So there's a situation for everything, or particular solutions to different problems. So we're going to start off by pretending that I am just spawning, and I'm going to head over towards long A. So we're going to run over that direction, and I'm going to keep my crosshair on corners just to practice that fun stuff. So right here, one of the biggest mistakes I see is people try to judge where they're going to end up. Like, they want to look at the wall, and they're going to look over like this. And this is okay. Like, this isn't so bad. But the fact is, if I just look like this, where am I looking? I'm looking right here, as you can see. The problem with this is, what if he's here? Okay, so I'm not going to cross over there. And beyond that, a lot of players, because they're here, they need to correct, so they're going to strafe further left, and now they're exposed even more, and that can be a problem, because I've seen a lot of the guys strafe out, and then when they strafe further, they might miss, the guy out here might miss his op shot or his AK shot, but you're now right in the open, and this isn't a good place to be. So crosshair placement's very, very important. So keeping it on the edge of the wall is okay at this point, and just kind of like glancing out, right? This is good crosshair placement. This isn't. This isn't good. This isn't good. You don't want to run up long like this, because the fact is you may be able to see a flashbang coming over if you're actually looking head level. And plus, someone might have somehow rushed out if you had a bad spawn, and you're going to be at head level to kill them. You want to make sure you always have your crosshair somewhere useful. But useful positions, I mean, when you're coming up long, even if you have heard they're all at B, you still want to be looking somewhere where you can shoot them, okay? You can't shoot them if you're here. Guys, you can't. It's not going to work. If they're on the other side of this wall, and you come up like this, they're going to peek out, and they're going to have the advantage because they're going to be looking like this, okay? If they're looking like this, and you're looking like this, who has the advantage? It's pretty obvious. It's going to be the terrorist or the counter-terrorist on the other side. It's really flip-flops. It doesn't matter too much. So this is what we're going to focus on. We want to make sure that our crosshair is always in a good place. It's okay for it to touch walls sometimes, but just be wary. Just pay a lot of attention about where your crosshair is. Rotations are another situation where I see a lot of mistakes. I instinctively pulled out my knife because I know there's no one in the server, but I even see that during rotations. Someone pulls their knife out. Keep your gun out, unless you know the last guy's there for a fact. So you're going to pull your gun out, and you're going to run down this direction, you know they're at B, and you want to always keep your crosshair somewhere useful. You're always going to be looking up at catwalk, you're going to look down here. I mean, yeah, there's little periods where I'm looking at something like this, that's okay. But you're not going to stare at the railing. You don't want to do this, okay? This is not good, because you're of no use when you're aiming right here. Your first shot, your first instinct, especially as you're coming into competitive play against better players, is going to be to shoot the second you see something. And if you're looking here, you're not going to hit them. It's pretty obvious. If you're looking here and you see them, you're going to just be able to shoot. You're taking half the work out of it. There's no aiming to it. It's just you come down. Well, that was way off because they're still moving, but shoot if he pops up. In positions where you find yourself and you're on the way down through mid, and you're looking at rail maybe, and you know you have a guy covering mid, look here until you get about right here. You're not going to be any use at this point on. You're about to cross over the threshold anyway. Come down and look towards mid. Listen for footsteps. Flat smoke this off. Look up towards B. Whatever. Just make sure it's always somewhere useful. Realistically, right here, if you have someone covering the B door, you want to be looking this direction. You don't want to be staring at B. But my point is, anytime someone pops out, you want to prepare yourself. You want to be in the position to get the frag and make the play and win the round for your team. This is a team-based game, and I get frustrated sometimes when I see newer players that I play with, whether they're just friends or they're stream viewers, or they're just people in matchmaking. They just happen to be boosted or something. I don't know. But they like to look at the ground a lot. They like to look up in the air a little bit too high. They like to look into walls walls, they cross things and end up facing here instead of here. So I want you to be completely aware of where you're looking at all points in time. I cannot stress that enough. It's a video I did on 1.6 that got a lot of views, and it seemed to help a lot of people, as people still tweet me and they still email me today and tell me that it's helped them, or that they just saw it, it's shared a lot. So in CSGO, it is a little bit different, and the reason it's different is due to a lot of changes in the way movement works, the way that recoil works, the size of the maps as compared to the character, and in part number 2, we're going to cover that. So click the little annotation down here that happens to say something about part 2, and we'll go a little more in depth into how it's changed coming into Counter-Strike Global Offensive as opposed to 1.6, guys. I do stream these live on Twitch. This one wasn't because I was in a hurry. Twitch.tv/whisenhunt. Make sure you do check that out. Just take the XV off the YouTube name, and I'll probably be live there about 7 p.m. Pacific on most weekdays, definitely Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So hopefully you'll see you over there. You guys get to see me use this stuff in action. You can call me out when I'm screwing it up. I need that. I need to get better at this game because I want to compete again next season. So I'll see you guys soon.